This is our top story. The magnificent Matildas are in Sydney this morning preparing for this week's historic World Cup semi-final clash against England, and fans will have more places to go to catch the action. Live to Liam Tapper at the team hotel in Sydney. Liam, the countdown is on. The Aussies, well, this morning they're planning where to watch the game.
Oh, absolutely, Shervo. I think everyone you speak to right around the country at the moment, everyone is in the grips of Matildas mania. Even if you're not a football, soccer fan, you can't help yourself but fall in love with this group of women. It really is a special team, and given the fact that everyone is talking about it, that they've captured the hearts, the minds, the imagination of the country, the premiers from each of the states are really stepping up to put on more live sites, because those 80,000 tickets available for Stadium Australia, well, they are the hottest ticket in town, and no doubt they will be snapped up. Here in Sydney, the live sites will include Tumbalong Park, also Allianz Stadium and Combank Stadium will be open to the public in Parramatta. Down in Melbourne, of course, Fed Square, it is an icon of Aussie sporting events. That will be a place to go, along with Amy Park. It will be open to the public too. Up in Brisbane, the Riverside Greens, it will be open for the public. In Adelaide, Festival Plaza, along with Perth, Forest Place. So many places for the Aussies to capture a glimpse of these Matildas, because, Sherva, we're taking on the old enemy, the Lionesses, out there at Stadium Australia, a cauldron of Australian sport, but you can't help but fall in love with these women Matildas. They really are something special, Sherva.
Absolutely, Liam. We've got 2 days to recover our voices, and then we cheer again on Wednesday. Thank you. Here's Nat.
Thank you, Shervo. Bruce Lerman has broken his silence overnight following the release of the Sofronoff review into his abandoned trial. Speaking out exclusively on 7 Spotlight, he says that he doesn't expect to ever work again and blames outgoing ACT Public Prosecutor Shane Drumgold for ruining his life. Live to Rachel Baxter in Canberra. Rachel, he's considering further legal action this morning.
Good morning, Nat. Yeah, he is. In fact, in the interview, he says he's seeking up to $6 million in damages. He was accused of raping Brittany Higgins in Parliament House in 2019, but the trial was aborted last year after juror misconduct. And last week, the findings into the handling of the case were made public. Those findings accused Mr Drumgold of engaging in serious misconduct during the investigation and trial, and he has since announced his resignation, although he has disputed many of the inquiry's findings against him.
I don't think that we'll ever know, because I think Mr Drumgold is too scared to step up to a lectern or sit down for an interview and explain his motives.
Now, Ms Higgins' former boss, Senator Linda Reynolds, has also spoken out in the interview, describing herself as the perfect villain. She has vowed to refer a payout to Ms Higgins to the new National Anti-Corruption Commission. And Bruce Lehrmann will be on Sunrise after 8 a.m. Nat.
OK, thank you, Rachel.
Let's get some more news now. Morning, Eddie.
Morning to you, Shervo. Morning, everyone. A man has been arrested following alleged fatal stabbing at Point Cook in Melbourne's west, which follows a number of violent incidents in the area. Let's go live to Tegan Doling. Tegan, residents there say they have simply had enough.
Yeah, that's right, Eddie. As you said, this latest incident was in Point Cook. The SES and detectives worked overnight to try and find evidence. They were searching for clues in the dark after a man was allegedly stabbed to death outside an accommodation precinct in Point Cook. A 28-year-old believed to be known to him has since been arrested. But it was here, just the next suburb over in Tarneet, where they've seen a real rise, especially in youth crime. And the community is getting together, in particular around one teenager. His name is Ryan Singh. He's 16, and it was on his birthday when he was out for celebrations playing basketball with his mates, where he and his friends were allegedly attacked at random and stabbed by a group of teenagers. Now, his community's come together. They're launching a petition saying that there needs to be tougher youth crime laws, especially because of the issues that we have seen out here in Melbourne's west. On Saturday, they're going to be holding another protest in Federation Square, Eddie, because they say the laws, they need to be tougher, and the kids out here simply don't feel safe.
Thank you so much, Tegan. To some breaking news this morning, and US Ambassador Caroline Kennedy has flagged a potential plea deal between Julian Assange and American authorities. A plea bargain would see the WikiLeaks founder avoid a drawn-out trial on espionage charges and a possible lengthy jail term in the US. Assange's legal options to avoid being extradited from the UK to the US could be exhausted in 2 months' time. If a deal is reached, it could allow him to return to Australia. A 17-year-old driver in Western Sydney has been left shaken overnight after crashing through a fence and onto rail tracks at Penrith. It happened shortly after midnight. It's believed he had lost control of his ute while driving in wet conditions. He managed to get out of the car and was assessed by paramedics, but found to be uninjured. No rail lines were affected and the ute has since been removed. There's an update on the sole survivor of Victoria's deadly mushroom lunch this morning. Let's go live to Nathan Curry in Melbourne. Nathan, morning. We've heard from Ian Wilkinson's family overnight.
Yeah, we have, Eddie, and his condition has improved somewhat slightly here at the Austin Hospital. He is critical but stable, but still really needs a liver transplant. I'll read you now what the families had to say. They say, "We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Austin Hospital for their unwavering care and support during this challenging time. The expertise, dedication and compassion of the medical team have been a beacon of hope for us. Furthermore, we are deeply moved by the outpouring of kindness, prayers and support from family, friends and the broader community." We're really seeing that show of community support. South Gippsland councillor says multiple people have rang him asking how they could possibly donate one of their livers to Ian. If he doesn't receive a community donation, he's likely to be on a waiting list for a year. That community is also going to come together on Saturday to hold a vigil for the 4 victims of the deadly mushroom lunch. Eddie?
Amazing support. Thank you, Nathan. A second satellite hospital is set to open its doors in Queensland this month, with hopes the minor injury clinic will reduce the ongoing strain on the state's health system. Let's go live to Georgie Chumley in Brisbane. Georgie, what treatments will be offered at this clinic?
Good morning, Eddie. Well, this will be Queensland's newest hospital, opening west of Brisbane in Ripley, which is in Ipswich, and it'll offer a number of different treatments. Essentially, it'll be something between a doctor's surgery and an emergency department, aimed to take the pressure off our struggling health system. The different treatments it will offer is stuff for things like simple fractures and sprains, infections, toothaches, minor burns, minor eye injuries, as well as minor head injuries. It has come under fire, or the naming of these hospitals has come under fire from the opposition. They say they shouldn't be called hospitals because there aren't enough overnight beds, but they have been incredibly popular. One has already opened north of Brisbane in Caboolture, and it saw 250 people through the doors in the first 8 days. Eddie?
Thank you, Georgie. One of our highest profile physicians in the fight against COVID has died. Professor Louise McClurgs died in her sleep at the age of 70 after being diagnosed with a brain tumour last year. The epidemiologist served as a World Health Organisation advisor and was honoured with an Order of Australia for her work in medical research and infection prevention.